Hey boys, welcome back my fellow Ewoks. Welcome to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront 2 week video. And in today's lovely video, it is Tuesday. It is time to discuss our multiplayer expectations and what we want when we're playing together in this game, as I got destroyed by the A180. Nice shot, lady. Anywho though, yesterday we discussed the single player campaign, what I would like to see from that. Today we're going to be focusing on multiplayer and anything to do with multiplayer. And so, we're going to get into a mode that needs to be added in that's not sort of as an effect on the multiplayer as it is as an effect on a co-op game that I would like to see that is pretty much multiplayer, if you think about it. And I'm going to go ahead and get into what this multiplayer needs to do and what it shouldn't take after for Battlefront, because obviously we know this first Battlefront game was just an absolute failure with overall expectation and sort of playability, as we know the game has come to be. And I can't help but wonder, what can they do to fix the trash? Well, I can tell you one thing, the problem that I have with this game is replayability. It was kind of like a Hardline thing. I had bought the game, I didn't know how much time I was going to be playing on it, and then I pretty much bought the DLC for YouTube. Like, I was exactly right with YouTube. I bought this season pass for YouTube only. I wanted to cover Battlefront on YouTube, and I did. But after the DLC was on YouTube, I didn't play the DLC anymore. I literally stopped playing the DLC. I just moved on from the DLC after YouTube, and I didn't play it anymore. I didn't want to. I didn't have a desire to. I mean, the DLC doesn't have any servers anymore because it's fucking DLC. No one plays this game. But, the problem that this game has is it doesn't have replayability. Like, I get bored easily playing the game. There's too much grenade spam at some points. I'm having issues with, I still think there's a problem where fighters can easily take out ground vehicles. And not ground vehicles in general, but just infantry. Like, I'll have times where I'm driving around, or flying around, or I'm actually on the ground, sorry, there's no wrong inference there, but I'm on the ground, and I'm getting destroyed by planes for no reason. Like, they're just all over me. And I don't want that from a Battlefront game. I want to have freedom to just go around and actually enjoy the game without getting fucking destroyed every 5 seconds. And unfortunately, you can't always do that because we know Battlefront was doing its best Call of Duty impersonation by adding a grenade spam and all that jazz. But I'm just going to get into briefly what I expect from Battlefront 2 and what I really think the game could improve on. It's no secret that this game's going to have a campaign mode, and it's no secret that there are 3 developers working on the game. We got DICE, Criterion, and Motive. And I've made sort of a guideline as to what I think is going to be, who's going to be working on what. And since DICE has absolutely mastered the art of multiplayer shooters, I mean, they've been making Battlefront for how long now, and obviously Battlefront 1 could use some TLC, but they're going to fix it eventually. And we know that Criterion and Motive are pretty much, I don't know, it's not guaranteed they're working on the campaign, but I have to think that they're teaming up with the campaign. So, it's up to DICE to absolutely knock out of the park this multiplayer and just improve on what they did in this first game that made it ultimately just so much shittier than everything else. I don't know how or what the expectation originally was, but it did not come to be what we expected to be. And the replayability is huge. They need to make this multiplayer addicting. Like, I know I don't post that too many videos on it, but I am slightly addicted to playing multiplayer in Battlefield 1 right now. The Battlefield 1 multiplayer feels great. It's probably one of the best patch modes in a while, except for the grenade spam, which they're going to fix eventually, guys. Just chill out for the grenade spam. It will be fixed eventually. I'm waiting patiently for that. I'm not going to sit here and bug because it will be addressed eventually. But I'm addicted to playing Battlefield 1 multiplayer. I do. I like Battlefield 1 a lot. I think it's one of the best Battlefield games I've ever played. I'm not just saying that because it's a World War I shooter, and I've been wanting a past shooter for a long time now. I generally love the game, and Battlefield 1 can give, you know, just DICE some props on how to make this multiplayer game for Battlefront. Build it like that. Give me immersion. I want immersion. I want my guys to scream and run. I mean, they do that in this game anyway, but that's not exactly the most important thing. Multiplayer. You need to have more game modes. You need to have game modes that make sense. Bring back Supremacy, which was one of my favorite games. And bring back Supremacy. Bring back Turning Point. Turning Point is very good too. I like to see Supremacy. I like to see Turning Point. I also like you to have a game mode that is dear and near to my heart, and it is something that I was in love with at childhood, and I'm talking about fucking pod racing. And why am I going to say that? Because we know that in Episode 1 The Phantom Menace, a decent part of that movie is the story about Anakin Skywalker and him winning his slavehood away, or him basically getting away from his slavehood by winning pod racing against that creepy-ass fucking guy who... He basically controls all the best for pod racing, and Sebulba, the alien dude who drives that big-ass, pod racer. And we know pod racing is a huge part of Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and I think it would be phenomenal if either Criterion or Motive or whoever hell is working on it, if you can implement an extra side game mode that can give you XP and just pod racing with, like, online players. Like, an online pod racing mode co-op would be the greatest thing that you could ever do to me. Like, seriously, I probably would start crying. Like, there was a game that came out a long time ago when I was younger, and it was Star Wars Pod Racers, and I played so much of that when I was younger, and it was one of the funnest games I've ever played in my life, and I just really... the game just needs to be in my life again. And, I really hope that they're either watching this video or taking feedback from the community, and I hope I'm not the only person that said this, but they need to put a pod racing co-op mode into this game besides the multiplayer as it is, because that shit is addicting to play. Like, I would pod race all day long if I had XP going towards, like, unlockable... Like, let's say you got 5 pod racers in a race all one time. That's all you get. It would be 5 per race. The higher you finish up in the first 3 tiers, the more XP you'll gain towards multiplayer. And obviously, you can make this even more interesting and say, like, oh, if I think I'm going to be in first place, I can put a wager match in for this race and be like, oh, I'm going to bet 2,000 credits or something like that, and if I win, I'll get double the credits, or if I lose, I'll lose 2,000 credits and I won't get any gain anything. You can put a betting system in the game, wager match system, to make it more interesting, make it more worthwhile, and you can also do even more. I might be going way out my way here with just overall information, but customization for your pod racer. You know, like, let's say a ranking system too. I rank up, my pod racer is now level 2, I can maybe make it blue and gold. I rank up, my pod racer is level 3, maybe I can put like a different rocket booster in the end. Like maybe you start off with the shittiest pod racer, and as you gain rank, you unlock better things that make your pod racer faster, and next thing you know, you're contending with like maybe like a computer player, being obviously Sebulba, because Sebulba is a character in The Phantom Menace. Being a pod racer is not an actual influence to the movie's villainy, but I know I'm talking a lot about pod racing game, but I think a pod racing game would be just absolutely phenomenal for the Star Wars Battlefront 2 multiplayer genre to have an extra co-op mode like that. But back to the multiplayer mode, DICE needs to add in at least 12. I think they had what was it, like 9 or like 8 or 9 multiplayer maps in the base game that launched for the first Battlefront. But I would like to see 12 to maybe even 15 multiplayer maps available for launch in Battlefront 2. I think that'd be great. And this all depends on what the main campaign is going to be based off of. And if you guys haven't seen my campaign video on what maps I would like to see in the game, things like Coruscant, Mustafar, Naboo, that video is out on Saturday, I believe. Yeah, it was out Saturday, so that video is up on YouTube now. And that basically is sort of a foundation for this video, because obviously we know that the maps will probably be based off of the campaign mode. And so, like, let's say you got, like, Naboo and Mustafar. Like, I like to see 3 maps on each of those planets. 3 maps on Naboo, 3 maps on Mustafar, and 3 maps on maybe Geonosis, 3 maps on Kamino. Give me 15 maps at launch, and just make them great. I want... put less grenades in the game. Keep the customization system for this game. I think it's pretty good, but I want a little bit more than that. I think they should reduce the pricing on some things. Like, it shouldn't be $17,000 for me to get a fucking Dark Trooper costume for my guy reaching level 50. Like, 17 credits for that, 17,000 credits. That's a little bit overboard, in my opinion. Maybe like 5,000 credits, and then like as I get higher ranks, like maybe it goes up like 2,000. But yeah, keep the customization. We need more maps. We need more historical vehicles. I want it to be easier to take out planes, or not planes. I want it to be easier to take out fighters. I want it to be easier to take out infantry soldiers with weapons, and I want it to, well, not easier to take out infantry soldiers with weapons. I want grenades, if they're going to be the game, which we know they are because it's a multiplayer shooter, is going to be the way it is. I want grenades to be absolutely nerfed like you wouldn't fucking believe at the middle of launch. I want grenades to not do shit, please, God help me. Just take the grenades out of the game, and if you can't take the grenades out, just make the grenades poop. That's all I ask. Make the grenades poop. Make them shoot like poop out of it and just have absolutely no damage whatsoever. That's too much to ask, and I don't know what isn't, because that just sounds like it's completely doable, and I think they could pull that off. Make grenades less damageable. Make weapons, or keep weapons the same powerful. I think that'd be good. You don't need to make weapons too powerful, and obviously we know that, you know, that weapons in this, every weapon in this game's got the strong suit. But that's all I have for this video, guys. I think the most thing I'm excited about is if they put pod racing in here. I know it's really a long shot, but that would just make my day. Can you imagine just a Frostbite pod racing co-op mode with 4 to 5 players online, and you get the upgraded pod racers you rank up? That just sounds like a delight to me. That sounds like my ideal co-op mode and what I want to hear. But that's all I have for today's video, guys. We're slowly but surely actually wrapping up the Star Wars Battlefront 2 week already. It seems like it's been moving quite fast since I started making these videos. But stay tuned tomorrow for what I want from the DLC season for this game. And I'm actually going to make two separate DLC videos. One's going to be Rant, that's going to be Thursday. And tomorrow's video is going to be what I want from the DLC overall with map packs and content. And that's going to be tomorrow, and then a DLC rant video, which you guys could probably guess about that one being a hint. It's something about free stuff, but we'll get to that on Thursday. So tomorrow, DLC content, Thursday, DLC rant, and then, yeah, Friday, that'll be it, guys. Our breakdown trailer of Star Wars Battlefront 2. But that's all I have for today's video, guys. Stay tuned tomorrow for that DLC content video for Battlefront 2. And, yeah, guys, have a great day. May the Force be with you.